Well, good evening and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I am your host, Journey Ryan. It is Wednesday night, and we are here with Miss Trinity Black.
Hello.
Slamming her camera around.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Just adjusting to the camera here.
Absolutely. It's Wednesday. That means we are halfway through the week. We're actually about to go into Thursday. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness.
Yep. Thank goodness.
Telling you what, this week has been one hell of a week with all the energies the way they are. So it's been pretty been kind of crazy from
I had to leave the human race for a little while and hook into the animal connection. I wish we would have brought animal spirit cards for the readings.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, the thing about it is that if you guys are new to the channel, send a message in the comment sections. We're going to try to get to each and every one of your questions. We are here 5 nights a week at 10 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night we're going to have our dream interpretation. So if you guys have dreams that you guys like to get some interpretations on, check us out tomorrow night. That's when we do the dream interpretation. We're trying for a special guest on Friday. If not, I'll be doing readings on Friday at 10 p.m. Please check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spreaker, and all of your podcast devices. We are pretty much on all of them. So look up My Psychic Connection. You'll be able to find us anywhere. Yeah. All right. For those of you who are new here, remember we are going to get to everyone's question as fast as we can. Please bear with us as we go through all the questions here. We'll try to do, if you're asking for a specific person, please bear in mind we may not get that person, but we may get a message for you. So just know how mediumship works. And mediumship we usually do here on Wednesday nights with Trinity, as she gets a lot of spiritual connections here. So
yeah,
but it has been one heck of a week. The energies have been crazy. We got some people saying hello. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Pamela.
Hey, Pamela.
All right, we got some other questions that are going on here. So just kind of bear with us, guys, as we get through it. Okay. We're trying to get the banners and stuff up so everybody knows. Remember, mediumship doesn't always come from a specific person. It can come from anywhere. So just bear in mind with that, okay?
And also with mediumship, sometimes the person, at the time you're hearing the medium speak, it doesn't make sense. Or it's like, I don't know about that. But when you think about it later or listen back to it, then it makes sense. I've heard, what's his name, John Edward or whatever? I've heard other mediums mention that there's like a psychic blindness you can get, even for just a regular reading where the person hearing it at the time, it's sort of like walls are put up. It's like a blockage, sort of.
Yeah.
And then later, and then also with psychics, there's that situation where we might actually be saying something that's going to happen in 2 weeks or in 6 months.
Right.
Right. So I know there's things I've said that the person will be like, what are you talking about, Trinity? But I know, and I have that confidence that I'm assured that all I'm doing is hearing from spirit and letting you know what I hear.
Right.
My ego's not nowhere in the picture. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, what do you have to say? And if I get nothing, sometimes I am like, I agree with you, the Journey. There's times where like I'll get a message from someone who passed over, and it'll be like a letter form or just a few visions, but their energy itself, it might not come in like that guy came in your room and hit the hand, a high five, and broke the finger. And his finger was broke too on Earth on that same finger.
Yeah.
So it's not always a big phenomenal thing like that. Sometimes it's just they're letting you know we're here. We're going to also tell Journey, we're going to tell Trinity where you can find us and how you can get in touch with us.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the message. Yeah.
All right, guys. I see the questions coming in. Like I said, bear with us as we go down the questions. We try to get to everyone's questions. So if you get we give you your message. If you have to, some people have to walk away from the phone or whatever they're doing at the time, to go back and listen as well. But remember to tell your friends about us, like the group that you're in. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and ring the bell. All right, guys? We ready to start this show, Trinity?
Yes, sir. We sure are, Sir Journey.
All right, let's do it. Sure. All right, let's start the show off with Jasmine from YouTube said, does A feel the same way I feel for him? Does he miss me?
He misses you. He doesn't feel exactly the same because you and him. Well, okay. Can you clarify what do you mean when you say does he feel the same way for you? Do you mean as far as you guys are so different? That's the only thing I could think of. He does have love for you. He has feelings for you. And I don't even want to say he misses you, but he thinks about you here and there. But he's not getting like on that point of, oh, I'm crying, I miss her so bad, because he's an optimistic kind of person. Or whoever A is very optimistic and upbeat. And so A is actually more looking forward to like better things as they're coming and planning on better things. So it is a missing, like I love you and I see reminders of you, but it's not a missing in the grieving sense of I'm so sad I miss you. So, and as far as feeling the same way as you feel, I want a clarification because, dear sweet Jasmine, there's like so many different topics you work on at one time. You're a definite multitasker. And because of that, it's not really clear to you how you feel. And I think at this point you are searching for clarity. And, from what I'm hearing, a lot of your clarity comes when you work out and when you practice your deep breathing. And sometimes I think when you write things down or get your agenda, but that's basically the gist of what I have to say about that. The clarity, you would definitely need more clarity on how you feel and where you stand with everything. And then after that, come back later or call us at my Psychic Connection if you want to clarify where he feels. I can't really say if he feels the same because I know with him, I keep saying him, but it could be anybody. But anyway, okay, for A is trying to get some things within himself healed up from situations with his mother or grandmother. It's a significant older woman in his life. There was a lot of pain, and now he's finally trying to face that and deal with that. So he's like actually, I think he's in a good space. He's just, taking it step by step. But yeah, it's clearly showing me he does care about you a lot and appreciate you on a lot of different levels. But there's a little mistrust and a little caution on his behalf. And that's all I have. And back to you, Journey.
All right. Definitely feel as though when it comes to missing you, I don't see that it's not come to missing you, but, more along the lines of what Trinity says is looking forward to future events. So that's not technically a bad thing. You don't want him to miss you. That's a thing because missing comes with grieving of some type. So yeah, I definitely feel that's a bad thing. Does he stalk me through Facebook or other means? I don't really feel like he stalks you through Facebook. I mean, I get that he looks at your page randomly, but as to say he's stalking you, no. Stalking is
not really much to stalk. She doesn't put a lot of private stuff out. So it's not like she's going to tell secrets on Facebook. So it's not much to stalk, to be honest. And I don't even know her Facebook. I don't know your Facebook, Jasmine, but I already know that. Like if he were to look on there, it might be a few pictures here and there or shared things or writings, but it's not like you're one of the inventors on Facebook.
Well, to me, what I'm getting at the questions and what she's asking, it seems more along the lines that she's wanting him to desire her.
Yeah.
She's looking for that, but she's not taking into consideration what she does have with him, which is the fact that he is looking for, things to come and, still wanting to reach out and, so allow that to happen. You don't want him to have to stalk you. You don't want him to have to miss you, grieve you, or do any of that. as we look for things to come in the future between the two of you, I do see it. I do see feelings there. I do feel like, things will come your way when it comes to him. But again, this will take time. But I don't feel as though that this is, you don't want those negative, energies to be connected to it, because then it'll change the whole reading. So that's just something.
Right. Yeah, I don't get the stalker creepy vibe from him neither.
No, you don't want that. I don't think she wants that either. I think that the mischoice of words were put forward versus what she actually wanted. But we explained to her exactly what she was asking for. Just sometimes we don't put things in the words always the way we want them.
Because she's got to remember, if it is true what I was saying, if I was hearing from spirit, then he's actually in a position now of taking responsibility for things he has said and done. But he's also looking back and looking at connections like, well, I went through this and that with this female, meaning the older woman, which is like an aunt, a grandmom, or a mom, or a stepmom, or an older female. It might have even been more than one. He's actually working on that and sorting things out in that way too. So yeah, I don't see him like a king of cups, like coming on the white horse and romantic and all things like that. Right. So I just say that for the skeptics.
Well, the thing is that all the energy that I saw surrounding it is that there is good energy here. It's about being patient at this time in order for you to get exactly what you're looking for. When it comes out of this person, I don't feel that he's the only person whose attention is connected to you. So I see choice coming for you. So that's something that you need to get prepared for. And I don't feel that you're going to, what's around you now is not the only people that are going to be around you, as I see other people coming your way. So hang in there. It's going to get better.
Yes.
All right. Let's keep on going here and take our next question. Our next question coming from Facebook. Ariana, hi, Journey. What do you see my career path being in the future? Also, do you think the world is ending?
Well, I don't know, because the ending is also the beginning. It's an infinite situation going on. So that's funny she said that. But let me take a shot at this, Ariana Bean. For your career, wow, I see so many options right now for you, but I'm looking like more in the medical field for you, because you are a natural healer and an empath, and you like to help people. So I'm looking at mental health, somewhere in the health world, though, to be honest, and or artistic, because you're very artistic too. I pretty much either one of them avenues to, like, as a starting point would be really good for you, but you do have a lot of experience already in working with people and helping people. So another option could be, like, as we're, as things open up more and everything, you could be a driver of some sort for like paratransit, or, when you drive, you're like actually helping to transport like handicapped people and senior citizens. And I know that you can always get to where you're at and build yourself up too, because that's why, to me, it looks like multiple jobs you could have. Multiple in the sense of what you're doing now, you probably won't be doing in 2 years. 5 years later, you'll be doing something else. But I definitely see you very strong in the world of medical or mental health. And I also see you very strong in transportation, because you're a free spirit, okay? And you're independent. So I do see like a little entrepreneurship on you. So usually people who have that energy, they're good with driving jobs, because you don't have a supervisor or manager like standing directly there. You're not like locked in a room with catty women or jealous coworkers or whatever comes along with things people don't like. They love the job, but they're not really excited about certain aspects of it. But you are, I don't believe the world's coming to an end. I believe it's more like an ending, re-beginning. I believe it's just a regular natural cycle, and all is well. And a lot of things that people are worried about, They are going to get worse because the people are worried about them. But the ones who are more positive and optimistic, things are actually going to get better for them. They really are. It's just which side of the cup you want to look, half empty, half full. And your prayers are being heard. You asked someone that too. You were like, do they even hear me? Does anyone see me? What's going on? Yeah, your prayers are being heard and they're being answered and worked on. So, and I know that you're concerned about a few family relatives. I said family relatives, but you're concerned. You're welcome.
Yes, very
I
spot
know
on.
you're concerned about some of your relatives, and the best thing you could do for the ones that you're talking about that you've been praying for is just be your best and do your best. Try to feel good and be like a shining example, like a light to them. Because the more you keep trying to help them understand and try to give them clarification, then after a while, it kind of puts you in a situation of bringing back triggers to you to set you back in a certain way, to certain mindsets that you used to have that you came out of. So really the best thing you can do is show by example. And anyway, they'll feel your love. There's no way you can love someone and they're not going to feel it. They might not at that day or that moment, but love is a vibration that comes out of our bodies and it vibrates through the whole universe. It just goes out. So that's a good thing that you do that, but don't be discouraged. You are going to see some changes. I know you didn't ask about them, but you are going to see some changes. It's going to be a roller coaster with these few people or whatever in the family. It's going to go up and down and all around, but they are going to have changes, and you'll best support them by taking care of you and feeling good about yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And that's all I have. Now to you, Journey.
She says she's got a lot going on through an awakening right now. I just feel as though that she's not really paying attention. She says she's going through the awakening right now, and I do get that, but I don't feel that she's giving herself the attention in which she's supposed to be giving. And I feel as though it's on and off again. I feel as though that she's opening that door. She's like, okay, I see it, but she's not working on it. And that's what I see she's having a problem with, is moving forward with it. It has more about having confidence within herself than it is than having confidence in anything else. She can have confidence in most other things, but when it comes to herself, that's where I see the reflection problem. The problem of her not accepting the things that she's seeing, feeling, hearing, and knowing. So once we get to that point of acceptance and accepting herself, she's going to see herself be able to get past the transitioning part and moving into what she needs to know. So the thing is that if she opens that door and she can trust that, not second guess herself and continue to keep things going, she'll be able to move past it. She'll be able to no longer have to transition, but get into her next level, so where she can feel comfortable. But I feel a lot of times that the self-confidence comes from other people saying, no, it's like this. No, it's like that. So they're dismissing what she's saying and feeling at the time, which makes her doubt herself. So she doesn't need to be doubting herself. She needs to be, be aware of your surroundings, understand what you got going on, move yourself forward. Not saying don't take into consideration what other people are saying, but don't doubt yourself. There's a reason why you have these feelings. So allow yourself to feel them feelings. By doing so, you're going to allow yourself to stop transitioning and actually get to that next level. When you get to that next level, you're going to be secure. So just hang in there. You are getting there. But remember, Ariana, this is something you've got to do, is trust yourself. Love yourself, trust yourself. That's the way you're going to get there. But if you stop and you listen to everyone else and you're not taking into consideration what you're going through, you're not going to get to that next level. You're going to stay stuck in transition. She says, I very much needed this. Thank you. I will. Okay, so just be ready for, everything that's coming your way. Take into consideration what's going on. All right? All right. Well, thank you so much, Ariana, for, reaching out for us tonight. And we'll go ahead and take some more questions. All right, guys. Remember, no general reads. General reads are harder. They're very broad. It's harder to grab those answers. So please be specific on your question as to what it is that you would like to ask Trinity tonight and myself. All right. Well, let's keep on going here. We got our next question from Facebook coming from Sarah. Sarah says, hello. If you have time, may I have a message from my Aunt Barbie, passed away on my birthday? All right. Well, let's see if Trinity picks up on Barbie or if Spirit has another message for you.
Well, what I'm getting for right now is now at another. Okay, it's sort of like when you try to talk to someone and they're like somewhere else. So she might be available later on, but she's not like around me right now. But I am getting a message from her. Like, I guess you could say from her guides to my guides to me to you, Sarah. And she's partying. She's at a party right now in the spiritual realm. These are the visions I'm getting. She's dancing, she's partying, she's shaking her hair and the Watusi or something she's saying. They're saying for me. She's just feeling really happy and at a good place, and she's with other relatives of yours up there, and they're that's the biggest thing I can see is like a lot of celebration. And she oh goodness, they're telling me something about a soulmate that's like coming out really strong. So let me listen for a second. She's like, just that's really happy for her that she did get to see this person in the afterlife. That made her extremely happy. And that she does come and watch over you. That's what she's saying. There's like almost particular nights she comes around when she's around you. And she tries to send signs when she comes too. So you'll like be aware of her. But in a way, she's kind of new at her gifts in the other realm. So it's like it might be a little hard to pick up, but she likes to leave smells around. And sometimes she'll like collaborate or cooperate with your spiritual guides, and you'll be somewhere and you'll see a reminder of her. You will see a female that looks like her or speaks like her or remind you of things she said. These are different ways she's trying to like let you know that she's still alive and well. And I mean, like this Auntie Barbara of yours, she is like an eternal teenager from what I see. She's very youthful and energetic and happy. And that's what she wanted me to see. And that's what she wanted me to share with you. That like she's not in any pain. Nothing's wrong. Everything is good. She's saying for you, I'm sorry. There were things she told you when you and her have communicated about money and you and business and things like that. She doesn't want you to forget those things. And she doesn't want you to forget things that other people, and I guess it's your mom or someone she's close to, gave you like on love relationships and romantic relationships. She's like, don't forget those things. You got to remember them. Because she's saying, according to her, it does make a difference when you pass over to the other side of things you say and do on this realm. It can carry over. So that's like the biggest message I have. She's telling me, well, I'm saying I feel like it's her now, but she's saying that you're looking for justice and you have it already, but you're just not seeing it because of your perspective. And that when you take a step back and look at it in other ways, you'll see it. Oh, and well, that's basically it. I don't want to. Well, I mean, I kind of almost want to mention the song "There's a Ribbon in the Sky for Our Love" from Stevie Wonder. And that's only because I keep hearing that song. There's a ribbon in the sky for our love. And that's basically all I have. And it's up to you now, Journey.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. So the energy that I saw surrounding going with your aunt is that there are other families. There's more family members paying attention to you at this present moment, to where not all of them have to be present at the time. I do see the strong-spirited, young, like a young spirit energy when it comes to Barbie, but I'm also seeing that Barbie was also the more organized one as well. Everything had to be a specific way. Things went a certain way. The energy was strong. Um, like there's a lot of routine when it comes to Barbie's energy, and she's trying to remind you that you have them same qualities about yourself. And I keep seeing that she wants you to be reminded that you need to apply those to your own life. Give yourself some more, basically giving yourself some more routines, kind of putting some more organization to your life, because right now things look like they've been kind of fractured. Things are definitely not in the way they once were. I feel like energy is a lot looser. People are not, you're not doing things the way you were. It's kind of making you feel, it's showing me here that the energy is making you feel a little weaker than normal. You're usually a very strong person and can handle pretty much any punch and thrown at you. But for some reason recently, you've been breaking down and things have been a little bit harder, feeling a little bit more stressed than normal. She's saying to put those routines back into place for yourself. Because if you do that, you'll gain back your strength. Also, stop taking on everybody else's problems. I know a lot of people come to your home. Don't take on everybody's problems. Sometimes you got to let them make their choices. Give advice. They may not always take it, but at least you gave the advice. So don't take that to heart. So those are the things that she would want to put forth. I do feel that. And hopefully we were able to answer your questions tonight. Thank you so much for them tonight. All right, guys, if you guys have questions, make sure you put them in the comments section. If you're on Facebook, please subscribe and ring the bell. If you're on Facebook, like the group that you're in. If you're on Twitch, like us on Twitch. And if you're on any of our other podcast systems, please like and send us messages. We always are looking forward to reading your guys' questions and messages. All right. Says, thank you so much. You're welcome, sweetheart.
Yes.
You're welcome. All right. Well, let's keep on going here. And we go to our next question coming from Christina. It says, hi, Journey and Trinity. Something strange has been happening. I don't know if it is because of Ivan or not. I've been getting goosebumps and feeling my body vibrating. So is it Ivan's fault this is happening to me?
No. I'm going to hug for you, Christina. I feel the energy too.
Man. Wow. Okay. Journey, can you hear me?
We can hear you just fine, sweetheart. After we got motion sickness, we're good.
Oh boy, here's Tupac in my picture now. I got Tupac here. Okay, so anyway, I had to actually reread that. I'm so sorry. Hi, Journey and Trinity. Something strange has been happening. I don't know if it's because of Ivan or not. Okay, first answer. It is not because of Ivan. There's nothing Ivan is doing directly right now that will cause like anything strange or scary or weird or unusual for you. So it's nothing he's saying or doing that will influence that. I've been getting goosebumps and feeling my body vibrating. So is it Ivan's fault this is happening to me? Okay, so that's like another question, but you just very clarified it a lot more. No, I spoke with you before, Christina, and what I was saying to you was because you and Ivan aren't like actually living together or in that position of that close physical intimacy to where you can have conversations and good communication. I was telling you then, this is a time where your spiritual guides are calling you. They're calling you upward. They're saying, hey, you know those things you've been asking about? You know those things you've been wanting to do? Let's work on them. Let's work on them. You have goals and ambitions and dreams, and don't procrastinate. But if you do procrastinate, when it looks like the universe is taking long, sometimes it is connected to our own procrastination. But I can definitely identify that The goosebumps and the body vibrating, it is your inner being, your inner guidance wanting to get your attention and asking you to refocus and redirect on certain issues you're working on. Because right now you are working on good things, you're ambitious, but it's pretty much like the mindset that you have about it, it's disturbing you because there's a conflict. It's a big conflict. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think at this point with you and Ivan, you think things are moving slow, but they're actually moving fast. And I believe you're getting mixed signals at this point.
Okay, poor him. It's not his fault.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, Ivan, he's like working on some stuff here. But I believe, okay, and I'll leave it at that. And I think you got the answer you were looking for. I hope I clarified it enough for you. But I'm just saying things are moving really fast for you. And if they're not that much right now in January, when February comes, it's going to pick up speed. So the very most important thing is you want to be in alignment with yourself and in tune with yourself even more. And your guardian angels, they're calling you in. They're like, come on, girl, let's do this. Let's get it done. They they raise their hand, woo, 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 and chant and all that. They're like, come on. So you have really fun spiritual guides and guardian angels, and they really love you and they want you to guard your heart more.
Okay, yes, I'm feeling like I'm getting mixed signals.
Right, isn't it? And it's only because you're looking at certain things. It's like a preconceived notion or a prejudgment. It's like looking at the book but not reading the book. So you're looking at things and humping it up and lumping it up, and it's not pleasant for you. Where if you just take a step back and unravel some of what you're looking at and get more clarity. Okay, now there's another issue, okay, and there's children involved in this one, where you actually have to take a step back.
February.
Oh, so when February is coming up for you, hold on. I'm seeing that February, it's going to be a lot of things moving really fast, a lot of passion, a lot of energy. It's going to be like a high-powered month for you. So whatever you're working on, it's going to go really fast. Like whatever you're doing now for January, it's going to pick up. It's going to build up momentum. It's not going to be a situation where what you're doing now and thinking now is going to stop and restart. I'm not seeing that with you. I'm seeing the movement, the motion, the momentum is going to continue on. It's going to go really fast. I could clarify. I don't know if that would be the wisest choice to do, with being on the radio right now, but you got to keep your love and your passion. But I can definitely tell you it's in the category of your emotional life and your love life as far as things picking up and moving fast. So you get to choose which way it goes. No, that's the only thing, Christina. And that's why I'm saying now it's a good time for you to get back into your hobbies and go back. I say go back because you've been there before.
Wait, what about children is happening for me?
The thing with the children, I just saw there were a few children involved in what's going on in February, but I'm not speaking on a situation of you being pregnant or your maternity. More of it could be cousins of yours or nieces or nephews. The children are affecting, and I've been through that myself, but sometimes the children affect other things and have influences too. Or maybe you're just going to run into, a younger adult. It could be a teenager even, and they'll be giving you, I want to say some clarification on things you've been wondering about. So February is going to be very high packed and empowered for you. Depending on, like I said, are we intimate in February? Is that what you're getting? You'll be the best one to be able to answer that one for now. Well, I mean, of course you can see that too, but that's that free will situation. But it depends on what you're going to be doing for January is what I'm seeing. It's very how they say the improbable future. This is not something that's like a fate, like it has to happen. Like you and Ivan are going to have sex. No, it's a situation where you're basically thinking about what you want and molding it into and shaping it how you're going to want it to be. And if you're not doing that, then you can expect like a lot of fear and anxiety. If you hold the fear and anxiety and anger and those other things, they're going to just keep building up, if you don't find a way to release them. But if you're holding on to your hopes and dreams and hobbies and trying to get back in tune, then I'm telling you, like in February, you can expect a lot of things to go really fast, a lot of passion, and also more manifestations to give you, like I said, more clarity. Because that's what you're really looking for mostly anyway, is physical, tangible proof of certain things. Because you're like, well, I've been talking on, my psychic connection, and I want to see this, I want to see that, and what's going on. But that's going to happen in February for sure. So it's going to be a good thing for you, Christina. Okay, Journey, back to you.
All right. Well, Christina, the things that I see that are giving you the goosebumps and things like that, is Spirit's been trying to talk to you and trying to give you signs, trying to get you to pay attention to certain things that are happening at that moment. The next time you get those goosebumps, pay attention to what's happening to you in the moment. Check out everything. Look at every detail. What is it that's standing out? What is it that's making things move forward for you? What is it that doesn't seem like it's something that would typically happen? So, they're trying to point these things in a direction where you will pick up what's going on. As it comes to the Ivan situation, I do feel like you guys are going to come together. Of course, and being intimate with one another is definitely something will happen between the two of you. That's not here nor there. She says, yes, the passion. Yes, exactly, girl. She was talking to you there, Trinity. The thing is that, the energy that I see when it comes to the two of you is basically letting him come to things on his own terms. That is what he's doing that's what he's processing right now. I feel like you guys are going to be able to make things happen when he does come around and starts that communication up with you. You guys will be able to move to the next level. And I don't feel like it would take a lot of time in order to get to that next level due to the fact that you guys already know each other so well. You guys have known each other for years. You've got plenty of background history. It wouldn't take long to move it quickly. But Christina, with that being said, I want to warn you, don't let him move too fast, because what you're going through now with the absence of communication at the moment will also happen in the middle of the relationship. If he feels that this energy moves too quickly, he'll fall back into to a hermit mode. So if he's feeling that he's in a hermit mode, then he's, feeling, what do I do now? And then all of a sudden he starts falling back, and instead of moving forward, he's falling backwards. So you want to keep, the balance, since you're the one that knows that these things will, because you've got the heads up now. You know that things will move quickly once you guys hit the ground running, and it can happen too quickly. So try to keep a balance on it. Not saying take away from what you have, but make sure you don't allow it to move too quickly, because if it does, you're going to run into obstacles, which will not only taint the relationship, but it'll also make you feel like your heart is breaking. It'll feel like you're losing him. And then it'll cause a whole new stir that you don't need at this time. He has been procrastinating too long, spying on me and not messaging me. Yeah, well, he's trying to earn up that, how do I say this? How do I open back up? It's been lacking communication. What do you mean move fast? Examples, please, so I don't do it. Meaning like, oh, we're falling head over heels. We're moving quickly. He's the I love yous are every 10 seconds, or he wants to have babies tomorrow. You guys want to just, all of a sudden, the things that would take months to do in a relationship happening in days or just a week or two. Don't allow it to rush. Try to change that subject and push it forward in a different positive way, just so you don't run into doing things too quickly, because as you know, he's a chronic thinker and he overthinks everything and starts to analyze. So when he has time to himself and he's thinking about all these things, we don't want him to get bombarded or overwhelm himself. Because if he does that, then it's going to put pressure on the relationship. That's unnecessary pressure, because he's overanalyzing the situation. So make sure you don't allow him that type of energy. That's why I said you got the heads up. You try to keep that balance. Now, sometimes it's hard to do that, because you want these things too. But with him, he overanalyzes. See, you can balance it out in your head. He, on the other hand, holds on to everything and then sits and just stews on it. And it could freak him out. So he goes, laugh out loud. Okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, because if he does that, you're going to find yourself going backwards rather than forwards, and it's really going to bother you. So just hang in there, Christina. This is all going to come together. You know, be aware of the situation with spirit trying to give you messages. That's what the goosebumps are for. I feel heavy dreaming coming on because you're not getting the messages while you're awake. So tonight, I'm going to suggest keeping a pad and paper by your bed, your phone by your bed, so you can record yourself to talk. When you wake up, maybe to tell yourself your dream. But I definitely want you to keep your dream journal or dream device by you so you can, you know, get to that next level, get that message. There's a message there that's waiting for you. And it's only between you and spirit. But if you can't decipher the dream, definitely tune in tomorrow and we'll help you through that. So, all right, Christina, thank you so much for that. And we're going to go ahead and take some more questions here. Thank you so much, Christina. All right. Definitely got some good questions tonight.
She's moving and grooving now. Go, Christina. She got herself some clarity quick. You've really helped a lot of people there. Okay.
All right. Well, Paula from Facebook is asking, or Pamela, sorry, I don't know. I do that to her every time. If I mispronounce your name, I am sorry. It is Pamela. Any messages from my loved ones or guides? Thank you.
Well, if you say Paula, as soon as I hear that, I think of Paula Abdul, 2 steps forward and 1 step back, opposite attract.
Yeah, but her name is Pamela.
Well, then I have to think about Mork and Mindy, okay? Because I love that actress. She was awesome. You know, Pamela Wilbur. Well, you know, it's funny because she's saying that, but I'm seeing a whole bunch of love come up. I'm seeing romantic love. So before I guess that's the biggest thing. The first thing I'm hearing is congratulations, you're doing great. That's the first thing I hear. That's the very first message, Pamela. That you're doing very well as far as, I guess, like the song Paulo Abdul sang, 2 steps forward and 1 back, opposite attract. You're doing very well with the blending and balancing of things that you've struggled with for months. Okay, that it's been months and months, some things years, but they're speaking on something you've been going through for months. And the spirit realm is applauding you and delighting in you at the fact that you are balancing things out, your emotions and things of that nature. I'm seeing, wow, it is a lot of messages from the other side. So Pamela, is there a way you can tell me a person specifically? Because right now, like, from my angle of it, you could picture like a whole crowd of people that actually want to reach out to you and speak to you. Because so what I'm hearing, okay, I'll tell you what I'm hearing first. You've done a lot of spiritual work for a long amount of time, even like in school as a student, like way back in elementary school and high school. I think you did some college, and you've been like planting seeds for people, watering seeds, nurturing seeds, pruning seeds. Like you've done all different aspects of a spiritual mentor for people. This is what I'm hearing. And when that happens, there's a great number who would actually.
You said Johnny, Darlene.
I want to go with Darlene. I'm sorry, because Darlene's funny. Johnny's cool too. High five, Johnny. You good? But Darlene is doing really good. Does she have a specific message for you? Okay, Tawana. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking at Darlene. Okay, so Darlene's really attractive to me because her personality is bubbly and cheerful. And when I think of her, I just think of like a champagne bottle and the music and just, hey, let's relax and have fun. She's basically coming through the strongest. She definitely is. Darlene. Darlene is a darling. So, Tawana, Tawana's okay. Tawana spends a lot of time resting and meditating. She's a quiet energy, okay? Tawana. I don't know how she was on Earth, but on this other side, or maybe it's just this particular night in this hour, but I know for a fact Tawana is resting in peace, literally. She's like, when she rests in peace, when Tawana rests in peace, if you were to picture it like on our realm, it would be like a woman at a massage parlor, a wealthy woman with the cucumbers on her eyes and laying back and just listening to her Zen music. And basically her message would be like, wow, things are really different. Death is not scary. Death is not bad. Death is not really death. Death is just you come out the one door and go in another door. It's just another opening. Just like,
what does Darlene say?
Well, it was hard to say because I was too busy like admiring her, to be honest. Darlene, do you have any messages, Darlene? Darlene talks fast, even faster than I'm talking right now, because she's so excited. She's like, like she's acting like someone who hit the lottery. So everybody has to calm Darlene down. Hold on, calm down. Okay. Darlene is just saying that you meant a lot to her. That's all. And she don't care how many arguments and fights you may have had, or at least she had with you that she didn't tell you about, because she was a little passive aggressive. But Darlene is saying that there were certain things you gave her some good coping skills, and she will not ever forget that. And she's like, I can't forget now, because she's like breaking it down to me, like I'm refocused into my broader self. So I'm not going to be able to forget that now. If I was physical, yeah, I could forget. And yeah, on Earth, yeah, okay. So, Pam, sometimes she took you for granted. Boom, you made me say it. But she didn't never mean any harm. She really took your advice to heart, and she used the things you told her, even though it didn't look like it, Pam. And it's just like she's just like, keep doing what you're doing. She was like, what else she saying? She said like she
says it's Noelle around.
Noelle's a person. Noelle's an entity that's always around you every day. Noelle is somebody who's like, you get relatives to come and visit, and then they end up staying for months. That's Noelle. Noelle loves the food. Okay, he loves the way your house is decorated. He loves the plants in the corner. He loves so much about your energy and your environment. So Noelle's he's an energy that, or she, I don't even know the gender, and they're not telling me. Ha ha. But Noelle is see him with children too, though. Noelle loves children. Noelle helps children. Noelle is very silly and goofy, but Noelle loves your place, so Noelle's around a lot. And then there is this one person, and you said their name earlier, and it might be John. John really likes to visit you when you're in transportation, when you're traveling or driving or off alone. John doesn't, he's not the type to like just come through, but he definitely is on the other side, or where he's at. He definitely sends intercession prayers for you, and he asks your guides, which they already do it anyway, but he doesn't know that somehow. But he does ask them to put their hands on your heart and heal it, and to help you and encourage you and tell you, oh, please don't let her give up, because she's so valuable on Earth. We all get tired. We all get heavy. But
she says Johnny was a trucker.
Well, he still is probably then. I love truckers when they beep the horn. Okay, but Johnny...
That's why he follows her while she's traveling, because he was on the road himself.
Johnny's a good guy because...
He was Johnny, her grandfather.
He has this gift where he's able to put like a bubble around your car. Don't test my word and be like, let me drive off the Grand Canyon and see if it's really true. But just go by faith. And you've seen it yourself. When you get on that road, you don't be around no more crazy drivers or people in a hurry, or people who are like just on their phone and so not paying attention, or doing 100 miles an hour on the 60 zone when they don't really have to. But he has that gift, and I love that about him, where he's able to put like the bubble around the car. I love that. That is the coolest. I love when they do that. But he's able to do that, and he's able to fuss at other drivers. I think when he was on Earth, every now and then, though, he did get a little road rage and intolerance with people who weren't courteous drivers. I don't think he understood that. Like, if you see me trying to get over because I'm trying to get off the ramp, why can't you just, do that? And I love John too, also because, I was telling my daughter earlier, like, sometimes you really have to stay in your lane if you don't want an accident. But then there's those times where there's a vehicle in front of you and they have their lights on and you have no choice but to go around or wait. Sometimes when you're not in your lane and you have to go around, be cautious and pay attention to what you're doing, because when you do stuff like that, you can't just think for you and your vehicle. You have to also try to think for those around you, like a chess game, and try to predict, okay, so what will they do? So if I do it on a hill, a big truck could be coming up and we could have a head on. And I just say that to say we can also transfer and apply these. And this is coming from that lady. There's a lady, and I don't know if you put her name down, and she's an older lady to you. She's a dear, sweet soul. She's a very good cook. She's a specialist at pies and cakes and cookies. And every time she saw you on Earth, she wanted to hug you. I'm talking about the person right now. This lady I'm talking about now is the one sharing that story with me. And it's probably the grandmom. It's probably John's wife, because she's saying you can transfer the driving into real life. So when you see things going on, you have to focus on you and your life and what you're doing and stay in your lane. Every now and then you might need to go around or take a detour even, and you're not really in your lane. And sometimes, things happen. But when you do those things, that's when you have to take the caution. And for you, Pamela, I would also say, if you wanted to really apply that and clarification on that, and I don't want to confuse you, then let's just say that when it comes to your heart and you're giving it out, yeah, you're staying in your lane. Sometimes you do make that extra attempt because that person is really like, I'm really trying, I'm doing my best, and you like want to support that. But that's the part where you got to be cautious because you're not in your lane now. So things can happen. And that's what happened before, because you wanted that answer. You did ask that. You was like, but why? But why? But why? And I'm telling you why, because you weren't in your lane, and that's okay sometimes, but you also have to pay attention to what other drivers are doing, because they don't expect you to not be in your lane. So, yeah. Okay, Journey, back to you.
All right.
She's a delightful soul.
Well, Pamela, the things that I picked up surrounding your situation, I do feel like you have multiple family members up and friends that circle you, and there's different ways for you to, there's different places for you to connect with them. Your pop, with the being on the road and things like that, there was the association there, but I don't always feel like it's associated with the car. I also there's a lot of association with being outside in the free, being able to be with nature at that time. So that's something that I saw with your grandfather. I keep seeing nature being a big, strong element for him. She says, who woke me up while I was driving and almost wrecked? But the voice woke me up. That would be your pop. Your pop did that for you to keep you awake, to keep you, from making a huge mistake at that point in time. I keep seeing lots of females circling your home. They like to keep the home protected. I keep seeing somebody very, very neat and tidy, very orderly, very sweep away the negativity, wants to open a window. That's when you feel the cold drafts, as the person who's trying to open windows. You'll feel those cold drafts in the kitchen. You'll feel them in the hallway. They're sweeping away the negativity. So you got a lot of people working on your side when it comes to that. She says he was a fisherman. Yeah, that's why I love the outdoors, and the outdoors, the water, that's a great connection. That's a great element to, if you're looking to talk with spirit, it's always a great element because water always talks. Water has sound, and they can use those sounds in order to communicate with you. It makes it a lot easier to hear what spirit is saying to you if you're not, let's say, psychically in tune. But if you're listening to the water, every now and then you think you hear what's a voice coming from the water. It is spirit trying to talk to you. So you're not crazy. It is there. You're not You're not the only one that heard it. Other people may be not even paying attention, so they don't hear it. But you do, because you are paying attention. Spirit is constantly trying to make sure that you are safe. So there's always 1 to 2 people around you, but I get that around your family in general, as though that they all kind of team together to, make sure you guys stay in order. Now, I'm not going to say that they don't, venture off to have their own time, because it is their time. They have passed, but it's always like, it's like shifts. Everybody does things in shifts. So you're going to be here at this shift. All right, I'll see you at 0300. And then they leave, and then somebody else takes their place while that person stays their shift, and then the next person comes in. So there's always someone around you. I never feel that you have that time where you're alone. So here's the other thing. They keep talking about you talking to yourself. Just know you're not talking to yourself. They hear you. Just so you know. They can hear you when you're frustrated. They can hear you when you're trying to figure things out. Sometimes get a kick out of your smart mouth comments because they're funny. There's a lot of humor there. She says, laugh out loud. I do laugh out loud. Well, they get a kick out of it. And they try to answer you sometimes, but the message doesn't always get across. The thing about this and the family being so strong circling you is you have the capability of seeing things out of the corner of your eye. If you continue to keep focusing that energy when that type of stuff happens, try to focus that energy. How did I see that? Continue to keep looking. See if you can't see what was just crossing your path, even though it was from a side view. Because what I'm getting here is that you're capable of seeing spirits. You just haven't had enough practice in order to see them full on. And I do believe that you will get that ability, but it needed to be brought to your attention. So take that and run with it. Because you need to be able to see, listen through, listen, like I said, use water as a sound so they can use it to talk through. You'll hear them. She says, I've seen lots. Exactly. And you need to pay attention in that moment. What just happened? What are they sending you? Where was it going? Was it going in front of you? Was it going to the side of you? Was it going left, right, up, down? Where was it going? Try to see. Because you're going to surprise yourself. Now, don't get scared when it happens, because I know that can freak you out. But definitely know that you have this ability. It's just going to take time to develop it. Trust yourself when you see it. And when you get the message, plain as day, don't second guess yourself. All right? Pamela, I want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for your question. And I hope you have a great night. She says, thank you. I've been a little freaked out sometimes. Yeah, it happens to the best of us when we first start learning. And you've had the ability. You just haven't been told to pay attention to it. You just kind of brush it off like, whoa, what the hell was that? And then you just kind of be like, okay, whatever. And then you go on. Don't do that to yourself. Look around. Find out what's going on. Thank you so much, Pamela, for your question. And I hope you have a great night. Thank you for watching. Make sure you tell your friends about us. All right. Are we ready for our next question? You are muted.
I'm sorry about that. I had the mic muted. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. So let's go ahead and take our next question coming from Facebook. Hello, Kay. Kay says, do you see a new love for me this year? And if so, do you have any information such as a name, type, work, etc.?
I do not have that information. I do see love. I see fair skin, light hair possibly, a bit intellectual. Like I see the energy of a guy now, but I'm not sure if you know him right now, but he's definitely a smart guy. He likes to think and he likes challenges like puzzles type of scenario. Let me see. Like I said, he's light skinned, meaning he's going to more than likely have light brown hair or blonde hair or blue eyes. He's very friendly and outgoing. Let me see. Looks like in 6 months. In 6 months from now, you'll have more clarification. But in 3 months, you'll start seeing more men that are similar to this man. Now, I know I don't know if that makes sense, but you'll start seeing guys that you're attracted to that are like, wow, I like this about him and I like that about him. And you might not take it past a platonic friendship or coworker situation or online friendship, but you're definitely going to, and you really have to at this point, Kay, you have to gather up the information and the data on what you actually want in a man so you can draw that type of energy to you more. Because I definitely see a person who likes to work and make money and he's intellectual and like I said, he's kind of fair skinned. And what else did you say? I'm going to reread that though. Do you see a new love for me this year? And if so, I do see it for this year of 2021. And if so, do you have info on him, such as a name? Okay, I don't have a name because there's a lot of possible potentials. Okay, there's a lot of them. Like, just without me looking too hard, I could see 10 already lined up for you. And I know it seems like, wow. Yeah, like at least 10 right now. Like right now it's 10. And probably what'll happen is it'll get more and more narrow of the potential as far as you start making up your mind on what you want. But I feel like this relationship that you're trying to embark into, you really want it to be your last one. You really want this next person to be that guy, that person that where it's like, now we're going to
Do I already know him? Is he tall?
well, remember when I said it was like 10 guys and a lot of potentials? I see a guy around you that was a past love. Like his energy is very close to you. And the thing with him was, and I don't know his name, of course, but he was very infatuated with you or had a puppy love, and you two have engaged in conversations and toyed with the ideal of romance on some level. And he still has it for you. He's never gotten over you. The tall guy, I actually see a tall guy with dark hair. Yeah, I see him with dark hair. It's like I said, either brown or dark brown. And he's a very laid back, cool guy. He's a little, what's that word I want to use? Detached. The tall guy is a bit detached. He's not in that right now, present day, he's not into being as romantic and
Larry or Richie?
Richie, to me, Richie's the one. Okay, I got to do two separate cards for them boys. Okay, so Larry is romantic, okay? Larry is an idealist and he's a dreamer and he's got the hots for you.
Joe.
Wait a minute. Hold on, man. Hold on, that's Larry. Okay, Richie is more subliminal, subconscious. He likes to play little games. He plays little head games. He does love tests. Richie is okay. Richie's okay. And who was the last guy? Joe?
Yes, Joe.
Okay. I like Joe the most out of these three names in a way, but Joe is more
exactly about Larry, detached.
Yeah, he is. But Joe, I like Joe because Joe is in that sense of balancing his masculine and feminine. Like sometimes people like wonder, they might not tell him, but they're like, is he gay? And it's not that he's gay. And even if he was, it's none of their business if they're not with him, is my opinion. But he's very in tune. Like he doesn't mind crying when he's watching TV, and he doesn't mind cooking or doing anything that people so-called call feminine. And that's just another trick of mass society subliminal messages. But I like Joe more. Joe to me comes off as hopeful and optimistic usually. It's just the only thing with Joe is when he's up, he's high up, he's very good, he's very bright. But when he's down, down. He works hard, he plays hard. Joe's very extreme. And that's okay because that's not what he was working on in his life. So he's doing so good. But what's going on with Joe is he has been trying to like look at stuff through a woman's eyes or be more soft and feminine and appreciate himself and take care of his body better. So I applaud him for that. I applaud Larry. Is Joe still saying Amanda
cheating on his wife? Joe isn't Femi.
Yeah, I know that. Well, Joe's not going to show you that because, and here, and don't take it the wrong way, but Joe actually probably feels like you judge him. You see what I'm saying? Joe, he don't show everything to everybody. He only shows you what you want. He shows you what he wants you to see. That's what Joe does. And Joe does that to protect himself because, like I said, he's in tune with his feminine side. And if you understand that part, and when you look at the moon and being receptive and just feminine natures in general, even in zodiac with the water being feminine and fire masculine, or the sun is masculine and the moon is feminine, when you look at them energies, a person's not going to open up and show their most vulnerable, sensitive, soft side to everyone they deal with. They're only going to do that when they're all alone. So in the spiritual realm, when we talk about these things,
Joe's a real moneymaker.
oh, okay. Well, now as far as the cheating and everything, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the stuff people do to protect their heart. Because what are you supposed to do? Like, you get turned on, you get horny, you want to make love. You know, the person you're trying to be with, they're playing games, or they're just after you for money, or because of the way you look, or because you were endowed. So, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, are you supposed to be loyal and dedicated and sworn out to this one person because you slept with them or y'all made this commitment? So I can understand that. I'm gonna read
He's
that
still
again.
cheating on his wife with Amanda. If so, I'm pissed. I used to date him when he was single.
Okay, so I'm feeling like Joe might actually be the one who is still pining away for you, to be honest. Okay, because I did see someone who you messed with before, or like maybe dated, but it didn't get a deep, serious, hardcore relationship. And he might be the one. And I don't understand why you would be pissed at him. I mean, because he has to be loyal to himself, he has to be faithful to himself, because he has to live with himself. So you don't know what this wife is saying and doing to him. He's trying to survive. You don't know, like, if he has a girlfriend or not. And I'm sure, like, that's the whole point of you. Like, when you run into this guy and get that romance you're looking for, even if it is Joe or Larry, who knows? But that's where it comes from. You have to do your clarification. Like, if you get a new guy in this new relationship, or a reunited relationship, it's only right and it's only fair. You got to leave the past alone on a certain level and take him where he's at today. Because you can't judge a person by what they're doing with their wife or girlfriend, or even how they treat their mama sometimes, because unless you're in their shoes or they're really sharing the intimate. Like, I don't think you didn't even know that Joe is feminine, and that some people think he's feminine, because sometimes he will allow that out.
Laugh a lot. And yes, I spoke to her on Messenger. I wanted it to be me.
Oh, that's so sweet. And it could be. You just never know. But Joe is being loyal to him. And you never know. You could be that one that was, okay, I'm going to tell you about you now, okay? You and him dating. But you're that one that was also a friend. You weren't just some coochie. You weren't just someone who could do for him or support him when he wanted it. You have been a very good friend to this man, okay? And you gave him something that a lot of women don't. So you never know if he is cheating or he's married or whatever. You know, it sort of goes back to what I was saying about when you're driving in the vehicle and you're on the expressway, you got to stay in your lane. Because if you talk to Joe's girlfriend, unless you met his mom,
Amanda caused him to stop talking to me.
if you talk to a female that Joe is associated with, now that's not in your lane. That's in somebody else's lane. You all up in her soup. You know what I mean? All up in the Kool-Aid. But I'm just saying, if you're in somebody else's lane,
you don't even know the flavor.
she don't want to know that flavor. Trust me, even Joe's like, oh, I'm going down. You know, I'm going in. Oh, let me get it done. You know, so like everything ain't always what it seems, but you just got to embrace the love you have and know what you want in a person, and try not to be pissed off at Joe, because honestly, that's what actually made you valuable in his life, that you were capable of accepting him. Like before, like say tonight, you were judgmental. I ain't going to lie. But normally you're not like that. In everyday life, you're not like that with people. You're very flexible and open-minded usually. And this is what I'm getting. But so with him, he tell you some problems he's going through, and you would be friendly and open and understanding, and then you do the little googly eyes and smile, and you're beautiful and sexy, and things happen with you and him, and then there was confusion.
When will he call me again?
I would stay optimistic with that and expect good news soon. It could be in like 2 weeks, or it could be within a few weeks. That's possible, but I'm not sure. But now Joe. He's sensitive in a way, even though I know you deny that part of him, but he is sensitive. So if he goes to call you and he picks up a certain vibe, he's not going to call.
About 7 years.
Oh, so maybe he's changed him, because when I saw him blending his masculine and feminine self more, that was within the last 2 years, actually. So it wasn't like he was like that his whole life. No, I mean, I could definitely see him, walking around strutting and showing off his stuff, but he wanted to make a change. So, there's more to it than we're able to get through tonight. So let's just say that you have to put out love energy to get it back on a certain level. But then again, you're always getting constant love from the universe, like all day, all night. And it's up to us if we want to receive it or reject it. And it's not much different than the sun, how the sun shines on the whole entire planet, on everyone, and we can receive it or not. Don't know who that is. I do know a lot of Joes. Oh, okay. No, I'm only talking about the one Joe that was with Amanda and the girlfriend or whatever. And Amanda, like them women don't like you. They're jealous of you. So it's probably not even good to like try to talk to them. That's like kind of, you know what I mean when I say stay in your lane. Cause like, and that's, you're a helpful, nice person. So sometimes people prey on that. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So maybe later it will. Okay, Journey. I think she had enough.
Well, the things that I saw coming up for her had everything to do with the fact that she was, there's talks with other people, and the love life has nothing to do with the people that are relevant in her life at this point. And I felt as more along the line as though these names that were coming through, and she's talking about this person, that person, and the next person. These are all people that you're going to have to cut ties with in the sense of a romantic setting and put them more in a friend zone than anything. Because the real love that you want is not the love that you can get. Now, you can push this new love that I see coming for you in June out of your life by trying to pursue one of the gentlemen we just spoke about. But the thing is that I don't believe that those are the people that would make you the most happy. And the new person walking in would treat you completely different than what you've been treated in the past. Because the last thing you want to be treated like is the way you were in the past. You want something new. You want something fresh. Something that's going to be, ongoing. Something that you don't have to look at the past and go, but remember when you did that? No, you cannot live your life that way. You're going to keep falling backwards rather than moving forwards. And I feel like you're going to be stuck in the same position for a really long time. And I don't feel like that's not the way that you're trying to go. That's not the direction in which you're trying to go. So allow yourself to be able to move forward without holding on to the past. And allow yourself to be seen. She says, I agree. She says, allow yourself to be open. So allow yourself on like maybe a social dating site and things to that nature where you can get to know a person slowly and it doesn't have to feel like pressure and you can build things up. She says, will I remarry? Now, I'm not going to say that you're not going to get remarried, but I can say at the moment I'm not seeing marriage, but that doesn't mean anything. That's just what's happening with the energy today. So it's not showing marriage at the moment, but remember, these readings are never set in stone, and there's always the opportunity to do so. But at the moment, I'm not seeing it. And a lot of things can change, especially with free will and developments of relationships. But the new relationship coming in June showing me here being treated differently, being seen differently, talked to in a different way, brought up. Things are really good. And it's being treated in a way in which you've never been treated before. Now, the name that I keep seeing with it starts with an R. I can't get much more than that. I just keep seeing the letter R being repeated. But that's for the new love to walk in. So that energy will come forth, but you still have the chance to, ask, the people that are currently in your life if somebody wants to be a part of your life. But my recommendation is to find somebody else. I don't think you should hold on to any of the loves past. Any past relationships, put them in a friend zone and move on to the next. Go to the next level. It's time. All right, Kay, thank you so much. Thank you for your question. Says, thank you. My ex-husband's name is Ralph. Well, it's not him. This is someone totally new. And I think that you'll be pretty happy with I see way happier with the new love than you are with anyone from the past. Hi, Rachel. I see you here. She's new here. Rachel, go ahead and ask your question in the comment section, and we'll get to it as soon as we can, okay? Ooh. We're going straight down the list, so we'll be taking questions from some other people here as they have all been coming in. All right. Thanks, Kay, so much.
Yeah, Kay.
All right. This question's from Patty on Facebook. Hi there. I would love a mediumship reading from someone if time. Of course. Thank you. Are you picking up any spirit around Kay? Or not Kay, but Patty. Sorry, I just seen Kay.
Yeah, the devil. Yeah, getting the devil. Yeah, someone on the other side loves her very much, and they're on Earth. They were known as a prankster, and that's why I said the devil. A beautiful soul, but a little mischievous. That's the energy they're showing me, and
yeah.
They want to kick back a little bit and tell you, oh, you were so right. Who I'm talking to, that's what they say to you, Patty. They like, you were so right. Oh my God, you were so right. And that's what the teaching you gave this person. You talked to this person about the cycles, because at the time in your life, that's what you were looking into. The cycles of water, from the clouds to the earth, to the going back up into the clouds, to back to earth again, the precipitation. You were talking about, along those lines, the person saying, but that's the example that they wanted to give, and about the life, death, and rebirth. And the person's like, oh, I hear somebody up there saying, if I could have, I would have stole your heart when I was on earth. So with Patty, you talk to a lot of people, you talk out loud a lot. When you go through stuff, you're like, oh my God, why'd I do that? Like, that's not your voice, but I'm imitating you that way. Because that's how they're making fun of you, the prankster one. But because you talk out loud so much, they actually do answer you. Like when you're like, oh my God, why would I leave my keys here? Like I left my keys. Or you're like, oh, did you just see what that baby did? And then you're looking like no one's in the room with you, but you sort of felt that presence. So, and that's probably why you were intrigued of hearing from the other side, because it's probably, that question, like, what do they think about me? What's going on? And was I right? Was I right about this? Was I right about that? Now, everybody that's around me is saying, you were right about this. You were right about that. You were not right about those, but you were darn sure close. Okay, because there were certain things you were asking about. And this is like earlier tonight. And it's not that you were wrong. It's just that they're telling you that you have to open your perspective a little bit, because what you were looking at and the line of thoughts you had earlier, and this is like around, say, 6 o'clock tonight. Okay, you were doing stuff and you were thinking about it and thinking out loud a little bit. They heard you. And they're saying that it's all about your perspective. And, some people are saying that word, and your insight. And they're saying, like, when you go to think of the thought, try to apply it to yourself and use your experience and your understanding. And then it won't come off as complicated. You know, they
She
said,
says, yeah, that's right. That's what I was wondering.
well, there's an old woman type around you, and she's saying sometimes you are a little, like, she's critical. She's a critical energy, and she's telling you you're too critical on you. So there you go, law of attraction. Be damned. But yeah, so the little old lady's coming up saying she's too hard on
Says,
herself.
okay, yeah, I found 3 coins out and about today.
Oh, and I got the 3 of Cups right here for you, because actually that was the next energy I'm going to speak for. There's the 3 of Cups, and they're golden. But yeah, the thing is, celebration around you. That's because something's coming up in your life soon. There's a birthday coming up, or a birth. Something's coming up significant, and everyone's hyped up for that. But it didn't happen like today. It's coming up soon, though. It's like, I don't know whose birthday is in early February. They could be, who knows? They might be with Journey's people celebrating the March harvest of April of spring. I don't know, but that's, you know, in their realm, that's what they're gearing up for, this celebration that's coming up soon.
Well, spring always has a lot of birth.
Right. So in general, that's going on too. So, you know, Patty. So you're going to get messages about your love life. If you're willing, if that's what you're wanting. If you're wanting a little more understanding and clarity, you're going to get more messages about your love life, and it can be in a book or something you wrote last year. I think in a text message on Facebook. Yep, that's it. You were talking to somebody and venting last year about things. And Dorian B. Golly gee, if your gifts didn't pop up like a prophetic, seer, futuristic.
That's very.
Yeah. So I don't know who the person was. It was a girl, and she's about your age, though. She's a real nice girl. I think she got blonde hair. But it's a girl, and you and her have talked, and you gave her a message. And it could have been her text by phone, but I was thinking Facebook Messenger. But you sent messages out, and it was about love and romance and boys and things like that. And it's basically like you kind of prophesied for yourself. So you can get more clarity on that. And if you compare what you wrote, you know, around that time period and look at what's going on now, then you've answered some of your own questions. Everyone's laughing about that because a lot of people are saying Patty always does that. Patty, they say she's like, help. And she's super strong. She's like an Amazon, like boop, boop. Like she don't need help. You answer your own questions. And I love that. You know, I don't want to say names. I have a friend who's a life path 9, and, you know, 9s tend to look within. And,
oh, okay. Yes, that sounds like it could be very accurate.
It could be. But sometimes if you fast forward and rewatch certain parts, it'll make more sense later, too. But so if you don't remember, I'll just highlight it again. It's an older lady, and she's telling you, stop being so critical of yourself. You had some, you were asking about certain things. Like I said, you were asking about this. They said, yup, you're right. You asked about that. What about that? And you were right. And then you're like, well, what about those things that, and they said, well, yeah, you are right, but then again, you're not right. You're right, but you're not right. But the thing with that was they were just saying you need more information on it before you can come to a final conclusion. Like you can't just always lump it up and say, oh, then it must be that. No, take the next logical step. Do it like math work. Make it logical and practical. So your spirit guide said you definitely do need more grounding. They said get that salt, get them crystals, get that meditation that you've been doing, and go back to that and get that grounding. Because like if you're looking for the spirit realm to come off all crazy and weird, that's not going to happen.
Virgo, I overthink to insanity.
Well, Virgos are okay. Well, that's your point. Okay, so you guys got jokes now, right? Okay, so what they're telling me is it's very important. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna translate it right now for you, Patty. I get what they're saying. They're saying look up your birthday and the time you were born and study those houses. Check your first house. Your sun is in Virgo. Check your first house. That is your personality. And they're also saying don't forget the grounding. Like, you're not getting away with that, because you heard Journey saying it too before, I'm pretty sure. And at the time when he was saying it, you were listening, and your spirits were like, yeah, that's a good idea. We should do that. Let's do it. And you didn't. So at that time, I'm just saying. So they're like, come on, let's do it. Let's like get the grounding. But no, I think Virgos are they can be critical, but a Virgo is usually, a Sun Virgo is very constructive. A Virgo likes to build things and create and bring it out, usually, unless you get a negative Virgo, and then they're they like to deconstruct, like, oh, you did a good job, but you could have wrote it neater. Your hair looks great, but I noticed that strand right there is out. You have them type, and then you have the other type of Virgo where they're always all about building, like, hey, let's build a building, let's create this, let's bring this to light. I love Virgos. I think they are a virtuous sign, but right now we just celebrating Capricorns. But happy birthday, Cat! We're celebrating the goat, man. We with the goat right now.
Okay, I don't know what time I was born. Does that matter? The 31st August 1982.
Well, it does a little bit, and the time doesn't matter that much. But I will say, it might not give you as much clarity on some, and you can also do numerology for more clarity. But I will say that
your birth certificate has the time that you were born.
When I see you in August as a Virgo, I say that you are going to have some Leo ways. There's no escaping that, honey, because it's so close to the you know what I mean? It's so close to Leo, because it is actually still August, that sometimes it's almost similar to a cusp sign. So that's what's going on there. You're doing really good though, and I think you should continue along the line of your writing. I think it's brilliant and articulate, and I think that you will be very glad you're doing it, and it's going to pay off. You could possibly make good money doing it, because that's your foundation, that's your skeletal you're working on. So do not doubt yourself. Don't be thrown away. Don't delete and throw it away. Just keep it and hold it. It'll make sense later. That's all. And so the good thing I'm hearing about the spirit realm with you is they're saying that you're getting an A+ on love. That you got it like a master's degree. But they're saying that they love the way you channel your love out, is what I'm getting. They said that you come up with so many different creative and fun ways to show people that you love them and you care. Even strangers, and you hold the door for them. Even the old ladies or people that have bad breath, you still talk to them. Everybody don't do that.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I write to process and teach. Awesome. Thank you.
Well, the old lady just thinks that you critique it too much. You're welcome. And that was from them. But she just thinks that there's times you're like, delete. And she's like, no. And she's freaking out, and she's got a spoon. And I've seen some of Journey's people with them spoons. I don't know what it is with the older people with the spoon, but she has the spoon, and she's like, no. And she's a little short old lady. But she gets at you for that, because she feels like, in a certain way, when she was on Earth, if she could have did it over, that was one thing. She would have just been more in that authentic, the old lady, I mean, she wouldn't have deleted and limited herself as much, because as she got crossed over, she realized that everything happens for a reason. We say and do things for a reason. We are extensions of Source, God, the universe. We all breathe the breath of life. So a lot of people don't understand that on Earth. At that time, they forget sometimes. So she's trying to give you that one up to say, hey, stop deleting and stop criticizing yourself. You're doing great. And yeah, the next question you had about the child. Yeah, the child is really psychic too. And yeah, the child knows things. And yeah, the child's psychic gifts come through the coloring and artwork and her songs. That's about it. Okay, Journey.
All right. So, Patty, what I got around you and the situation, I just felt like you are in a place where you're in transition. The things that you were finding today when it came to coins, messages being brought to you, pay attention to what you were doing at the time when you were finding these coins. Try to remember what there was an association around. Stop being critical on yourself, as Trinity said. You're being told many times not to underestimate yourself or overestimate what you're doing. Try to find a way, if you can't find an internal balance. Definitely do the salt baths to get grounding. definitely do salt scrub. You can do 15 minutes a day of meditation for yourself, where you do nothing but think of nothing. Think of absolutely nothing. Zero. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. Just give yourself that time. This is something that you need at the moment. I keep seeing here too. I see powerful new energies where you're putting things together. You're getting ready to. You said teach, but I keep seeing all these things being put together as like a book. This is more along the lines of you're putting a book together, which would teach people things, but all of your writings would combine into being a book, just one. Not saying that you couldn't write many, but at the moment, I'm seeing all the writings being combined as one, as you take all your writings and kind of put short notes in between each different writing at different levels of where you were. She goes, I want to do my master's. Well, by doing your master's, that's going to be able to take all your writings and put them together. By doing that, getting your master's, which I do feel that you will achieve, there's a book that you're going to put together outside of just getting your master's. And I do feel that it will be relevant. It's not going to just be a book. Oh, I wrote a book. Oh, lots of people write books, but are they relevant? Your book would be relevant. People would be able to learn things from this book. So keep your notes, keep all your journals, everything that you write in your phone, tablets, wherever you're putting down your writings, put them together. You're going to be successful. But stop tweaking so much. There's a reason you wrote what you wrote when you wrote it. If you want to add a note to it, add it to the side, add it underneath. Say, see page 46. Flip through the book, page 46. Then you've got a whole nother thing. But don't take away from what you've got. Incredible, helpful. Thank you. You are welcome, Patty. Just make sure you're focused on yourself. Just make sure you're focusing on yourself. I see you helping a lot of people. I see a lot of people coming to you with their problems. Help yourself too. You can't be everybody's mom. And I feel like you've got a lot of that mom energy, and everybody comes to you for it because of that. Because you have good advice. You sit and listen to people's problems. But remember, you've got to live your life too. Because you can't put yourself on hold for everybody else. You can schedule time. But even if it's you scheduling time for yourself, schedule that time. You have to. For these 15 minutes, no one can bother me. For this hour, no one can bother me. I need to do this. Work on you, get your master's, move yourself forward. I think you're on the right track. Thank you so much, Patty, for your questions tonight.
Well, at least she got her master's in love. That's good. Yeah.
All right, let's keep on going here. We got more questions here. This one's from Bahava. Sorry if I misspoke and said it wrong. It says, I've been working on my health and it's been taking me away from my work. My father/parents have been supporting me. Will I be able to earn my own money this year and be independent? Thank you. By the way, Trinity, I'm taking a lot of vitamin C and feeling better. You told me to.
Well, thank you. I do see money coming this year and independence. The manner of which it comes, it's going to be a little surprising. Okay, it's like, oh, okay, I can get money like that. Okay, that's going to come. Okay, they're going to do that. So it's definitely going to come, and you are going to get that stability you're looking for. I get what you're saying, because I see you already, like in my mind, thinking like, okay, I could do it this way. I can get that. I can do this. I can do that. Now, you've done all of that. You put the request out to the universe, and you've even taken the steps that are necessary to make it happen, not physically, but in your mind. So now it's going to be hard, but now you just have to sort of relax, calm down, let it come to you, because it is going to. And when I say come to you, more ideals about, okay, should I apply here? Should I, go for this manager position? Everything is there. I'm glad you took the vitamin C because it's ironic and funny how it turns out. But a little after I told you that, you actually ran into a few people that had the flu. And you were at the market and the guy, he wiped his nose and didn't even like cleanse it. Like you were at a store and some old chubby guy was like, and you didn't see all that. You don't know all that, but this is what I'm being told. So that vitamin C does boost your immune system, and that was really good. You did that. And I also noticed that you did cut back on your friendship with the girl of being as empathetic, and you sort of took a step back. And I get, of course, all the credit to your inner being and you're listening to yourself of finding that, okay, I'm not really helping much. All I'm doing is wearing myself out. So I saw you did take that step back. I saw that, and that you're making more room for your life and your present and your future that you're trying to build for yourself. So I just wanted to kind of give you an applause for that and commend you on that for being in tune to be able to do that, because it was a hard situation you were going through with your friend, your girlfriend, like a relative friend, that girl. And I saw how you cut back. And as you noticed, and I don't know if you saw the whole thing playing out yet, or like you could see what's going to happen. It's all going to just play out. And your friend's going to be fine. You already know that, though. You already know that because of what she's saying. But
just that's hilarious. I would like to grow my healing business. I had to step back from a few friendships, only hang with positive people. Thank you.
Well, good luck on that, because I have heard that everything in the whole entire universe is like not negative and positive. It's good, it's bad, it's unwanted. It's black, it's white, it's dark, it's light. It's a pattern, it's a cycle. If you find yourself, usually when you try to resist it, that's when you end up getting like dropped down like an anchor and fall in love with the darkest and baddest entity you ever want to meet. I'm sorry. I was thinking about that TV show. I don't want to say the name stuff, but that can happen sometimes, though. So you want to be careful with that. I just want to let you know, like not a forewarning, but just telling you ahead of time that, hey, it's okay that sometimes if you fall short and these people have these flaws, but I get what you mean. The people that are positive, I've learned in my experience, sometimes they could be the darkest entities, because when they say a con artist, they don't mean a person who's a con who's drawing pictures and making tarot cards all the time. Sometimes a con artist is someone who hones in on their gifts. Okay, good. I'm gonna leave it at that. But now, Bahana, we have a relative here on my psychic connection who really needs to hear this. So if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna just spit this out for that caller or questioner who wasn't able to get through. I'm gonna tell you what's going on real quick. So all I'm saying is the con artists, they're good at what they do, and you just keep falling for it. You just keep being like, I don't know, maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, maybe they're good, maybe they're evil, but they were there for me, they helped me, they gave me money, and they're so nice. And it's like, no, but your gut is telling you something ain't right. It's like when you go to smell milk and it's spoiled, you don't just drink the milk. You're like, oh, something ain't right with this milk. I'm smelling something. So you see the little red flags, because everyone knows you're going to see the red flags. Now, yeah, like I said, the whole universe and the whole creation is based on justice. But there's good and evil. There's wanted and unwanted. There's light. There's dark in every single thing and every single fiber and everything. So the situation is the person I'm talking to, young man, and happy birthday. Your birthday just passed a few months ago. But anyway, I'm talking to you because I feel bad that you just keep falling for it. And then you're mad at the universe and you're shaking your fists up to a so-called God who you can't stand, by the way. And that's because you're like taking people at face value at their word, because you're a person of integrity. So you expect them to respond with integrity. And everybody's not like you. But they act like you and look like you, and they're in ambush, just like my camouflage. And that has to slow down and stop, because it's starting to have an effect on your physical health. And it's actually, you don't want to end up in the hospital or, keep being in pain. You're in physical pain over this, dude. Your back. It's hard to walk. I'm finished.
All right.
Okay.
The thing is that, the thing I see surrounding you, the energy that I can see surrounding you is getting things put in perspective, get everything done, move everything forward, get things organized. You have things on the horizon that need to be taken care of. By doing this, you're going to be able to provide for yourself. That's what I'm seeing. It's all about putting everything to perspective, getting things put as an organized, the best organization that you can, because there's always free will. There's always something that can step in the way, but organize yourself right now so you can get to the next level. And that's where I feel like things are coming. I do feel like you're going to get things put together. Things look like they run pretty smoothly, so I don't really see too many obstacles in the way. I do feel like you're taking the things that need to be taken care of and getting them done and being able to move it to where you can start providing for yourself, so you don't have to take any more steps back. You can actually take steps forward. So continue to keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. Trust your instincts, get things taken care of. That's what I'm seeing with that. So thank you so much for your question tonight. I want to say thank you so much for asking. And we're going to go ahead and take our next question here. The next question is from Facebook, coming from Sherry. It says, a lot of changes have happened. What do you see in general for me? And she also put here, will my children have a healthy and happy life?
Whoa. Okay, so I'm going to go there with that. First, I'm going to start with you. What I'm seeing with you is, I'm pretty sure you've looked in the tarot. So I'm going to pull this card for you and show it to you and talk to you a bit about it for a second. This is the Star card. And a lot of times the Star card is associated with hope, and it can be associated with healing. It's and tarot comes after the Tower. So when you have a situation that seems confusing and chaotic, even if your mind is drifting off into the world of the news of what's going on with the government and the president and your cousins and people passing over from coronavirus, these things going on, this card is offering you some refreshment and tranquility and peace. That's what I see for you, Sherry. I see the cards coming to you. I see angels coming to you. And it's been going on for a few weeks, really, but every night as you go to sleep, or every day, because sometimes you don't sleep at night, but when you go to sleep, they come to you and try to hum to you and comfort you and make you feel better. I see a lot of feminine angels around you. Now, the children, I just want to say, yeah, they're fine. They're really good, Um, I heard the word is that you do believe in reincarnation, and you also have done an extenuous time studying metaphysical and spiritual things. So speaking with you, I can just clarify and sum up some of the things that have been on your mind. Yes, your children chose you. Yes, before they came here, they made their plan of what they want to do when they come to Earth. Of course, they might not have every single detail. They might just say, hey, on my birthday, I just want to feel love. And bam, they got it. They might say, hey, eventually I want to eat ice cream. And bam, they're going to get ice cream. They don't necessarily say, as an angel in heaven, okay, when I get to Earth, I want me a chocolate vanilla swirl ice cream with pecans and almonds. They don't necessarily do that. They don't necessarily say, when I get to Earth, I want to marry one of my soulmates. I want that one, with the brown hair that's 5'9". They don't do all that, but they definitely do have an agenda, and they're here. And I feel like, I don't want to say, look, I'm a parent too, and all I can tell you is this: you're doing it right. I don't care what anybody else say, okay? That saying, only God can judge me. You're doing it right, okay? That's all. Let me pull one more card for you. But when these angels come to heal you, you have to lay down and receive the healing. You can't keep pushing love away. And when the kids want to hug you and kiss you, and when you're stressed out and they act bad, it's because they're trying to get your attention to pull them. They're trying to distract you on purpose. It's not by accident that they're crying or doing things or spilling stuff all over the floor and all that nonsense. It's because they're trying to get your attention. But each and all of them, they keep telling you. And before you had your own biological children, the other children were telling you, you're a good person, you're a good mom. You're good at that. That's what you do. And that is going to follow you for a very long time. to the grandkids, to the other grandkids. They're going to talk about you, girl. So just keep doing what you're doing, because right now what you're doing is you're studying spiritual things, you're trying to grow, and you're also trying to be a good mom to your children. And from my experience, I can't tell you how to do your life, but I know that I love all of my children, and I just believe that that's the greatest gift you can give your child, is to love them, but also you have to receive their love when they give it to you. And women got to cut out that I'm not worthy and I'm guilty and mom guilt and mom mom shame and judgments and all that. You got to let that fly if you're going to be rolling in the spiritual realm, because they're not going to mix well at all. If people who try to tap into spiritual things and they get like these negative thoughts, that's when you get them things of hauntings, which I've had in dreams, but that's when other things can appear. I just wanted to tell you though, yeah, I would say in general, yeah, they're going to have a pretty good life because it's going to be the life they want. It's going to be the life they choose, the life they make, the life they create. They're going to have that freedom. They're going to have that sovereignty. They're going to have that. Right now they have it. Right now they have it, Kids and cats. I think we all work for them. Cats are like, yeah, you missed a spot. Get that up. Like their cats are a very good example of how you create your own reality. Even a crystal will teach you that, girl. Like if you ever have crystals, I keep crystals all different shapes and size. And sometimes it'll be like, where'd that crystal go? Well, my son actually picked up the crystal. He took the rose quartz crystal and put it in his room. But who or what led him to do that? Now, a crystal can't walk. It didn't walk out my room. And this is how it will be with your children. They're here for a purpose. And you guys just have to keep loving each other and enjoying each other. I love you have these family nights, these game nights, let's make a pizza night and these things. And whatever happened between you and your mom or how you grew up, you got to let all that go. I'm life path 5 hierarchy and I'm all about tradition. But I'm trying to tell you about life, death, and rebirth. You have to take the meat and leave the bone. Whatever you were raised with, you got to let all that go. You know what I'm saying? And just keep what applies for you specifically. When people from another generation, like 40 years ago or 60, 60, 100 years ago, they're telling you how to live today in today's modern world with this technology. That's not going to apply. You got to trust yourself better. And I don't know. I just got a feeling Journey's going to say something similar on the lines about you trusting your maternal instinct, your judgment, and your thoughts, because you're doing good and you just don't think you're doing good, but you're doing really good. So for you to try to fix something that's not broken, you might break it. How about that? I'll talk to you later, though. Okay, Journey, back to you now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely feel like it's something that you do have to trust is your intuition when it comes to raising your children. And the thing is that when it comes to your kids, I do feel like you are on a path where you made your life about I'm seeing you made your life about your children, but don't forget you. I know that you even asked your question, even with that selfless act of knowing that they're going to be okay. But the thing is, too, is that I'm getting the finger pointed back at you to do the right thing. So get yourself, if you put yourself in a good position, you'll be able to put your children in an even better position. So as long as you're continuously working on yourself along with your children and giving yourself that time, yes, you and your children will both have a great life, and I do feel as though I don't see any harm along the way. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing that, along with the love and support that your kids will get, make sure you're giving that same love and support to yourself. That was something that was standing out big for me when it came to you. And I really hope that you look into that and you do some self-care, because that's one of the biggest things popping up for me on you is some self-care, making sure you're taking care of you, because if you don't take care of you, you're not going to be able to care for those you love, and your children being one of those people, being that so strongly for you. So the thing is that I see you being able to move forward as long as you're taking care of yourself. By taking care of yourself, you're going to be able to give that extra love, nurturing, and caring that you want to give, that you're afraid that you might not be able to. So make sure you put some you time in there, because it's most definite. It's something you need. I feel as though you not that it's wrong to care about your children as much as you do, but I feel as though that you don't give yourself the love that is needed. So don't forget to give yourself that love. It's most definite. So, all right, guys. I'm seeing some people coming in towards the end here asking questions. Just know that we're going straight down the list. We'll try to get to you. If we don't, we're here 5 nights a week for you guys to get questions answered. On Monday nights, it's myself, Journey Ryan. On Tuesday nights, we're here with Gifts of Faith. Of course, on Wednesday, we're here with Trinity Black. Thursdays, Dream Interpretations with Marin and myself. And on Fridays, it's myself with a special guest. If not, I'll be doing readings on that night. So just go ahead and ask your questions. If we don't, we'll try to get to it another night, as long as you guys tune in. All right. We're going to keep on going here. We got more questions ahead of us. So let's go ahead and keep going here. And
Yeah.
I know that we are going straight down the list and taking these questions. And some of the questions from those that we normally answer, I'm going to go ahead and take a question from somebody we don't typically, some of the new people that have never been here before. So let's go here. And this question is from Facebook. It says, do you see for me and love? Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I see initially. Okay. I see the broken heart and defense, but okay, so right now, like with your heart, you're actually still guarding it because you felt like you've been frauded, like cheated, and people weren't honest with your heart. So it's guarded. So and it's gonna make it a little hard if you want to like be with someone like next week in a romantic relationship and seriously settle down. But coming up, I see a very romantic guy down the road. It looks like it's going to be work related. It's going to have something to do with for you, Rebecca. It's coming off to me. Okay, for like I said, looking at the past. Okay, temporarily for a quick second, there was a lot of energy coming, and there was someone close to you who passed away. Okay, and that actually did kind of break your heart. There, that's what's going on there. That's I'm not saying it was a relationship. I'm just saying that kind of broke your heart and caused you to put up a shield. So then the next message I get in response to that is, hey, hang in there. You're riding high. Like keep that Sagittarian nature with you. Keep that eternal search for truth and what you consider to be right. Keep that generosity and expansion going. Um, Also, as you sit and meditate, also realize that it's not a joke, it's not a game. When you're asking, the answers are going to come. Don't be like that card with your hands all folded and saying, hey, where's the answer? The answer's right there, but sometimes you have to relax and allow it in. And I believe that goes for every single human being. Um, what's coming up for you though, and say March, and it's going to be funny because you're a seasonal girl. You change with the seasons, and I love that about you, Rebecca. So as you know, when it gets warmer in spring, and you put on your other clothes and your colors and get your new hairdo, like that's around the time you're going to find romance. But I also see work coming up where there's going to be an increase in your work or some form of change. It's like a transition. So I'm not positive it's a changing of job or changing of position on job or changing how you perceive your job. But either way, it's going to make you very happy. It's going to give you even more fulfillment. And that's what I do like that about you, Rebecca, that you do appreciate the small things and being fulfilled. A man, I do see a man, and he's a very romantic man, but because he's very romantic and mushy and lovey, he's been basically, maybe I want to say emotionally abused in the past. So that side of him, he tries his best to hide it. So when you see him, he might not come off very romantic or passionate, but that will come out as you get to know him more. And actually, you might know this particular guy right now. And and it's funny because he's a water sign. Now, I'm pretty sure he's a Scorpio or a Pisces. And I'm saying that because like I said, he likes to be mysterious, but he also likes to keep he's a deep person. You know what I'm saying? He's very deep, this guy. So, but since you're asking, and I do sense it, and I feel like you're asking me, well, what about Cancer, since you're talking about he's a water sign? Well, the Cancering man usually in relationships is what I would consider very nurturing and caring and sentimental, and they hold on to things in that situation. But this particular guy I'm seeing for you, there's such a blend of him with the earth. It almost makes me feel like I see him as a Scorpio guy, and or he could be a cusp. Okay, because I see a blending of the earth and the water, and it's so well defined that it's a blend that it comes off as a Scorpio, or it could be a Pisces. So that's there. The angels are saying to me, because you said, what do you see for me in love? um they're saying it's going to be like magic. It's going to be like a fantasy. So don't be scared, and don't like don't kill the relationship before it starts. So for now, it's a good situation for you for love to try and cultivate your platonic friendships, learn more about men, learn more about yourself, really study Rebecca Fuqua. Like, I want you to know Rebecca inside and out, know what she likes and what she doesn't like. Like, if a female loves a guy, but she hates when people smack gum in their ear, and he loves to chew gum, and they're together, okay, that's cute in the beginning, but after the honeymoon phase, it can wear on you. You know what I mean? So it's really good to define early on before you're actually handcuffed into the relationship. You know what I'm saying? What you're looking for and what you're not looking for. So you can, just try to put as many people as you can in that friend zone, Rebecca. But I very much see a spring, summer romance, and real cute, innocent, sweet puppy love with you. But like I said, the real guy that I see that's more secure relationship, he is a water sign, and he's very romantic, but he's not going to bring it out all the way right away, and that was only because of damage. But by the time you meet him, and he's actually in that phase now of transition, so it depends on him and his choices and his will of how much he'll change and how fast and when. But I do definitely see he's going to make it to that point to want that, monogamous romance, and that's what you're looking for too, Rebecca. So he's wanting the same thing. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get there, or you, because it's all up to you too. So, a lot of people are saying things to you, how much they love you and care and what they'll do for you. And you're like, no, they're not. I haven't talked to anyone. Ha ha ha. But no, they are. And they're telling you that telepathically with their vibrations and things they hint around to. But you just right now you're in your best position, I believe, Rebecca. And your best position is, like I said, weighing it out, looking at what you want, and keeping that focus on your work. It's not because of the money as much I'm saying that, but as soon as you let go of the romance and love, it's probably going to appear quicker and easier, because then that way you won't be fighting it and worried about it. That worry pushes people back. And it could be intimidating too sometimes. It can, because you're powerful. So your thoughts are really strong. I see the Magician with you. So someone who's a life path one is very close associated with you also. Okay, well, now it's up to you, Journey.
All right.
And thanks for your question.
Well, the thing about it is here too, is when I see love for you, I do feel like love is coming for you. But I keep seeing shedding the past, letting go of those who no longer serve a purpose in your life. Disconnect yourself from the exes. I feel like exes are, popping up in your life. They're trying to hold on because they know what kind of a kind soul you are. It's saying, cut the line. You can be their friend if you want to be their friend, but any type of romantic situation with them, they've had their chance. They've ran out of time. That time is over. So just allow yourself to, be free of them so you can let new love surface, because it's time for you. I got March as well. Trinity had mentioned it as well. March is definitely a time for you for, rebirth, growth, new love, transformation. So much change comes for you, even financial change. So prepare yourself for that. It's going to get better. So that's all the time we have for tonight, you guys. It's been a 2-hour show. We love everything that you guys have asked us. Now check us out tomorrow night. We're going to do dream interpretations. On Friday night, I'll be on doing some readings. So join us then as well. So until then, I want to say have a great night. Trinity, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure.
Me too. Thank you. Thanks for your questions, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Trinity. Well, from everyone here at My Psychic Connection, we want to say thank you so much for joining in. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for Dream Interpretations with Marin. Until then, we're going to see you then. This is Journey Ryan signing out. Have a great night, everybody.